From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high atop Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air, it's AG Today.
Hey, I'm Gary Edelman.
Hi, this is Wayne Motz.
Hi, I'm Joey, Sir AC, and you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
And that's the coolest.
And that's the coolest.
Hi, this is Caroline Janey, and you are live on Addressing Gettysburg.
I love this podcast.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg Today.
My name is John Baker.
No.
All right.
Excuse me. Am I 26?
Yeah.
Big balls.
Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show today. We're gonna have music on the show, and when we do, we're not actually gonna have it on the show, but we're gonna talk about it this weekend, and we'll have fun. And everybody will rock with Gettysburg and the town and the world. Okay, so...
Are you gonna be one of the leading...
I'm the headliner.
I'm the headliner. I couldn't remember what they call that in music.
The headliner is what they call that. And that'll be me this weekend.
I like it.
Yes.
I think you should do that. As Wendell Clarkson.
Oh.
Yeah, gonna walk down the street and be happy, and all the people are gonna sing the song. Oh, low, 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 low.
Oh, organ. Wendell on the organ. And he plays with his toes.
Ew.
Anyway, welcome to Addressing Gettysburg today, everybody. Today we are here. And that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Is that we are here. What an exciting week it's been. What an exciting week it's been. So much going on. Ezra, your son, is a meat-eating psycho, you say. The National Park Service hit with firings. We had a discussion earlier about girl math, and we discovered that there's such a thing as boy math as well. We'll talk about that maybe.
That's a legit thing.
But I think the sad thing is here that Debbie and Six Questions Lentz are both suffering in silence at work.
True.
There's no heat.
Correct.
No heat. For how many days now?
Apparently it went out last Saturday.
Oh, almost
Yeah.
a week.
Mm-hmm.
Are they trying to fix it? Or?
Yeah, supposedly we will have
It's
it back
supposedly.
tomorrow.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Theoretically. We will have it back tomorrow. They're supposed to work on it. However, I'm not going to hold my breath.
All right, all
It's
right.
a legit thing.
Frigid at
Don't
work.
hold your breath because that doesn't help with heating up the room.
It really
If you
doesn't.
breathe more, it'll heat up the room.
Maybe breathe faster. It'll heat you up. You know. And then it was, got to warm up here. Well, that
I feel
sucks. So you have to go in there all bundled up and everything? Mm-hmm.
I have like a fleece coat that I bring in. We have my particular office has a space heater. Not that it helps a whole lot because we're right by the front door, so every time the door opens and closes, you get air. But
God.
Mike is even worse off because he doesn't have a space heater.
Mike, are you like?
And you just got over being sick.
Well, no wonder Mike's always sick. Mike, do you have? Are you like outside or something, or partially outside?
I have access to the door to my office. There's access to outside, so it's very, very cold all the time.
You have like the roll-up door, right?
No, I don't have that.
Oh, I thought you had a roll-up door. Sorry.
A fruit roll up? It's edible underwear.
I
Is
was
that where you're
gonna say,
going?
that's what I thought.
Sick
I was
bastard.
like, dang.
What a gross invention.
What? Oh, I know, right?
Wow. Okay.
That
That took a turn real quick.
Oh, God.
A little Famunda cheese.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
We're going
all
to
right.
get banned.
All right.
Totally.
That's.
Ay.
How did we go? From 6 questions in Debbie to freezing. From them freezing to edible underwear and Fromunda
We went that way from you.
No.
I was talking about fruit roll-ups.
And then you said edible underwear. And then I thought about how gross it was.
So really,
I said edible
Colby's
underwear because of Bethany.
It's all your fault, Bethany.
Bethany, why did you say it?
Dirty-minded Beth over there.
No, get into the blame circle. Now you blame somebody else.
Cindy.
Cindy, because Cindy got the edible, not the edible.
The fruit roll.
She got the fruit silver dollars.
She got both. We'll just say she got both.
That's what I got, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that guilty face.
Oh my God. That's funny. That is funny.
What a start to the show.
Yeah, really.
All right.
So, okay. Let's do this. So we could talk about it a little bit at the news. Well, no. All right, we'll get to that later. All right. So, what is this Ezra being a meat-eating psycho?
So he's been sick nonstop for 4 years, and since he's 4. And the other day he was like, "Mommy, my nose just won't stop running." And I was like, "We'll get a Kleenex." And he comes and gets Kleenex, and he walks past me, and I'm like, "Buddy, come back here."
Buddy,
and
come
he
back.
Turns, and it looks like he had taken a raw piece of meat and just gone right into it. He has blood everywhere.
Oh,
everywhere.
My goodness.
It was a bloody nose.
And he thought, like, I'm trying to get him cleaned up before he sees himself in the mirror and freaks out.
Right.
So he didn't see his hands?
He wasn't paying attention. Like, he just thought it was snot.
Yeah, I understand what, yes.
So he
Thank
didn't
you
look
for
down.
the
He didn't.
details.
Yeah. It was on his clothes, down the front of his shirt, literally everywhere.
God.
So I get him cleaned up. He then looks in the mirror, sees that he has this all over, teeth covered in blood, everything. So then he starts to cry and freak out. We get him cleaned up, get it stopped. Everything's okay. Then I get out of the bathroom and I turn on the light to my bedroom.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
It's everywhere.
Really?
Little handprints.
It's like a child crime scene.
Like he had sneezed, so it was particulate on the wall, in the curtains. It was.
You needed a blood spatter expert to come in.
Yeah. So we're trying to get ready for school, trying to get ready for work. I clean off the wall. I come back later and I come home that night and Mark's like, "So, did you have something happen this morning?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Well, first of all, I saw the garbage can.
Yeah.
And second of all, you only cleaned the middle part of the blood spatter.
Oh, God.
It was plumed out from there." He's like, "You only got the middle part."
Oh, my God.
I mean, it was everywhere. He looked like a horror movie. He had bitten somebody's jugular vein.
Yeah.
Pork.
Yeah, with his nose.
Yeah, but it was
full-blown vampire.
How it was around his mouth.
What's a
like
provolone vampire?
I said full.
Oh, full-blown.
I thought he said
But-
provolone vampire.
But provolone
sounds delicious.
Provolone vampire is pretty damn funny. Dude.
Wait, if I'm a provolone vampire, just get to go around eating provolone?
Oh, yeah, right.
Sign me up.
Right?
I'll take eternity
You suck
eating
it out
provolone.
of the thing before it becomes solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross. When I said it, it was funny. When I thought about it, it was gross.
Yeah.
That's kind of how my morning the other morning went. And I was like,
So he's not really into meat eating. He just looked like a meat eating psycho.
The very first thing I said to Mark after I cleaned the wall was, this is, Matt's on the carnivore diet.
Okay.
I wonder, Ezra, new carnivore diet. Right into it like that.
Oh, I wish I had a marker.
You can't do that anymore, can you? Oh,
Beth snarls.
That's too bad.
At what is the
No,
time?
you are so
what
full
is
of
the
it. Don't
time?
even look.
15:45.
You can't see it.
15:45.
It was 9:16.
9:16 on that. 15:45 on this. Okay.
Why are you so mean to me?
Hey, listen, that was a good one. Nobody's gonna know it's you. It's just a
Bullshit.
good snarl.
No, you're gonna play it and go, "That was Bethany," really loud, like you always do.
No.
Like when you play Debbie's pocketbook.
Debbie's zipper?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. Why would I do such a thing?
Bethany, I could house that loaf.
How's it
highs and lows. She usually takes
I usually take smaller bites. Oh my god, my gut hurts.
But when she cracks up, she jokes and smiles. How lucky are we to know a broad like Bethany?
All of you love me.
It's so triumphant.
Stood as erect as I am now.
Oh my god. Add that to the end.
Apparently, we have a sound issue. Sound is cutting in and out.
Well, that could just be their connection. Let me see. There's one way to find out. Let's just go here.
I am now.
Oh my god. Why are you so mean to me?
Okay.
I wonder. So yeah, that's kind of
But provolone.
the middle part of where.
Really?
Little.
It's just their connection. Some folks, sometimes you got to realize that the first question you should say is it my connection? Second question is it that stupid system they have that freezes up all the time? Knock on wood. We haven't frozen in 2 weeks, and I hope my guess was right in what I did in the system there, and might have fixed it. Might have also not. Probably didn't.
Grant says the sound is playing up. Yeah, I keep hearing Matt's voice.
Have you ever done a special on Strong Vincent? Andy, new patron member. Hello, Andy. Andy, thank you for becoming a patron. And we have not done one on Strong Vincent specifically. However, that's going on the list, sir. So I'm going to write it here. Strong Vincent, because you know what? That's what we do here at Addressing Gettysburg, because we are all learning together.
It'll probably be a strong episode.
Wow. A while since you said that.
Wouldn't that be terrible if it was a weak one? Let's see. Mark Brantano says, something is going on with your sound guide. Oh, okay. That's Mark there. That's Mark. Mark, it's your connection. Okay. So, what else?
That's it. I am the most boring human on the face of the planet. You know this.
You know, I've become pretty boring. This winter is really.
You trimmed your beard.
I did.
I'm so proud.
My mother called. Well, I talked to my mother on the phone the other day, right? And she goes,
you know, thank God I have your show, because that's how I keep up with what's going on in your life.
And I said, well, yeah, you know, I mean, I'm calling you now. And she goes,
No, I know. What's with the beard? It's curling up. It's curling up on the sides there. Oh, that's just too much.
I said, well, it's my winter beard. I've been lazy, you know, I just am letting it go. And I said, but I was looking at it on the replay of the show, and I was like, oh yeah, that's got to go. That's just too much.
It was really cute. It was. You, like I said, you look like an Irish setter. It was just like
that was why I got rid of it.
It was cute. I just wanted to
play
with it.
Well,
put breadths in it.
Yeah, no, I was growing it out so that I could trim it back and have a better chance of styling it, you know. Not styling it, but just keeping it under. You got to grow it out.
You do very well with your beard.
Thank you.
Not many men I can say that about, including my own husband.
I don't have the patience. You know these guys with these big long beards? You know, I think, you know, I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. I don't have the patience to grow that, though, because the in-between time, like when I had hair, and I started growing it out.
It's just a weird thing.
Like my beard, we discovered that there's a point where it gets really curly. You know how like Robert E. Lee has that like
little
wing?
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I had that same. So like... but you gotta like push through. You have to really be determined to have the long hair, right? And then you just push through, and then it gets to a point where it weighs itself down, and then it's wavy, not curly. I don't have the patience for this, and it itches and it's annoying.
Well, don't you think in Robert E. Lee's case, as well as Colby's case, it's because they wear hats?
No, mine would curl regardless. Mine gets real.
Oh no, I don't think it's to do with hats. I think the hats would flatten it. I think their curls are so powerful that they...
A below hat brim hat. A
below hat brim hat?
Shut up. A below hat brim bloop. Like a little bloop.
What, because the hat goes like this, their hair goes like that?
No.
Colby doesn't wear those hats.
No, but like where the hat brim, like where it hits your head, underneath
you think
there,
we're wearing our hats that tight?
I mean, I don't know.
No, you'd have a headache.
Yeah, you'd have a big headache.
Come over here and let me see how tight your head
Colby,
is.
bring your head in here.
Bring your head in here.
Okay.
Wait, put it on the overhead.
The overhead.
Bring your head in here. Oh, my hair's down. Oh, I forgot to put it
That's fine. You look adorable.
Okay. I just said
Colby.
on the line.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
Oh, my God.
So
Wait a second. Hold
sorry.
on.
So
Hold
sorry.
on.
I'm so sorry.
Wait a second.
Come here.
You can stick a finger in there.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, you guys.
Look how cute he is, though.
He's adorable. He's adorable.
Okay.
We're going to miss him, aren't we?
Do you know what he has? And I was really paying attention to this last week because I'm not going to see him probably ever again. But he has fantastic eye crinkles.
Crow's feet?
All you got to do is spend a few months in the desert and you'll get them yourself.
I'm not saying like wrinkles.
Pass on that one.
He crinkles, not wrinkles. Crinkles.
What's the difference between a crinkle and a wrinkle?
Colby, come in here.
Again?
Yeah.
Colby, come back and show us your crinkles.
All right, I'm leaving it on Bethany's camera.
Yeah, put it on. Yeah, so we can
And sit where
look.
I'm sitting, and then get close to the camera, and like just do your normal smile. It is a very
Here comes Colby.
flattering feature.
All right, let's see here. Oh, they are crow's feet. What are crow's feet?
I'm taking my hat off.
Because now get close to the camera.
Yeah, move up more. Okay.
Do a Colby smile.
Oh, there you go. Those aren't crow's feet?
Those are crow's feet.
If those aren't crow's feet, what do you call those?
That's what I was doing that in the desert for.
Yeah. Squinting for 4 months.
They're smile crinkles. Look at how cute you
They're
are.
squint crinkles.
Smile crinkles.
You are.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Now you've made him self-conscious. There goes
Forget crow's feet. They are now smile crinkles.
I think they're
my God.
I think it's very handsome.
There you go.
You know who else has smile crinkles?
Big balls.
Do you know who else has smile crinkles?
Who?
Hugh Jackman.
True story.
He's also in his 50s, isn't he?
What is the point?
Up. The point is he's hot.
I'm with Bethany on this.
Well, I want to know where Matt lands.
He's a dreamboat. What do you mean?
An Australian dreamboat?
He's an Earth dreamboat. Okay.
Is he Australian or British? He's Australian.
He's Australian. Yeah. He's one of Grant's people. I was wondering the other day, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Does it do it like north and south in Australia, or is it backwards, west to east? How does that work in Australia? Because everything's backwards there,
It's
right?
the
The water
exact-
goes down the other way.
No.
That's not true either, by the way.
I know.
Oh, no.
That's a myth.
I'm aware.
Yeah, the language is the only thing that's backwards, right? Or nor, Sheila.
I will say, out of all the
day.
foreign militaries that I got to work with, the
Yeah.
Brits were great. But the Aussies were they were like the closest to American.
I think there are real
In what
cousins.
way?
They were rowdy, dude, and
Oh, they were rowdy.
in a good way.
But right,
like they were fun.
I think the Aussies are true cousins, not the Brits.
Except they're like the ultimate Florida man because the
Criminals.
animals they got to deal with down there.
Former
Holy
criminals.
heck, yeah, I've seen some videos of some of those animals. Hoo.
There's
No,
that.
thank
What?
you.
Yeah,
Grant,
I wouldn't want to deal with them.
Grant, put in the comments. What's the big thing with all the legs? It's like a big long,
That's so descriptive.
like a big long caterpillar, but huge.
A
Like the
centipede?
Is it a
millipedes?
millipede? They're like gargantuan.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
It
no,
literally-
thank you.
I call that lunch,
Oh,
mate. I can't
if I
do
saw
it.
one of those in real life, I would vomit like right on it. I would
Or
just be
nor.
right at
Oh
it,
no!
All right, listen.
like a squid with ink, but vomit.
A lot of people are very excited for this coming weekend. Why? I'll tell you why. Because nobody likes working, and most people have the weekend off. But there's another reason they're looking forward to it here in Gettysburg, and that is because of something called Gettysburg ROCKS. Now, a lot of people think it has something to do with geology, but it doesn't. It has...
Although it's a fair assumption considering how many rocks we have around here.
That's why they assume that, and but they're wrong. The reality of it is it's about music, rock music to be exact. And we've got somebody from Gettysburg ROCKS who's here, and we're going to talk about it with him. His name is Mike. I don't have his last name, but we'll find that out when we get. I do have his last name. I don't have it, but somebody here has it. We have it. It's in our possession. The point I'm trying to make is he's our next guest. He's going to come on and talk about it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to stick around because that's what happens. Be right back.
If you like this podcast and what we're doing here, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming interesting history podcasts here at Addressing Gettysburg. It really helps the channel, and it's completely free. That's the best thing. It's completely free. Please help us make our goal of 25,000 subscribers by Memorial Day. Thank you very much.
The Gettysburg Museum of History, located right here in the center of Gettysburg, PA. Owner and curator Eric Dorr grew up here and has spent his life collecting and preserving history through artifacts ranging from the Civil War, the Battle of Gettysburg, World War II, presidential items, pop culture, and more. His museum is free and open to visitors Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 5 p.m., where you can stop by and immerse yourself in some of the most amazing artifacts that you would never believe exist in the middle of Gettysburg. If you're a fan of Band of Brothers and Everything Easy Company, you'll love his exhibit featuring the Dick Winters collection and artifacts from D-Day. You can even own your own piece of history by buying one of the many relics they have for sale in the museum and on the website GettysburgMuseumofHistory.com. The Gettysburg Museum of History is a non-profit 501c3 organization with a foundation that allows all purchases and donations to keep the museum operating and open free of charge. They have been featured on the History Channel, the Travel Channel, the Smithsonian Channel, and the Science Channel. Now you can check them out on American Artifact, the series on the YouTube channel, The History Underground. So that's the Gettysburg Museum of History at 219 Baltimore Street or the GettysburgMuseumofHistory.com.
You're back with Matt and Bethany on AG Today.
Okay, sorry. I got to make longer breaks.
Yeah.
The audience hates them, but, you know.
They don't hate them. They learn things from them.
You know, it buys us time on a live show.
And sometimes we have to go to the bathroom.
Sometimes. That's why the second break is longer.
Yeah.
You're not doing it in the first break.
No. Not doing it in the first one. All right, Mike Calandrelli. Shit, I even wrote it down. Mike Calandrelli is our guest today. He is representing Gettysburg ROCKS, and welcome to the show, Mike. Mike, so Gettysburg ROCKS, it's been around for a good number of years.
Yeah. This is our...
Pull that mic closer to your mouth.
This is starting our 12th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
12 years. Okay. So are you one of the founding members?
No, actually, Rob Simon, who he's like the founding member. His daughter was going to Penn State Mont Alto campus, and Penn State does a huge dance marathon up at the main campus every year, and actually it's this weekend as well. Penn State Thon, if you look that up, Thon's it's an awesome organization. So anyway, Rob's daughter was part of the Thon committee at Mont Alto and was looking for a way to raise money, and so Rob had been part of music festivals in the past, been like a promoter and done things like that. And he had this idea, so he decided, hey, let's get 60 bands. We'll do about a half a dozen venues in Gettysburg and put on a music festival and raise money for Four Diamonds.
Okay, and what is Four Diamonds?
So Four Diamonds operates out of Penn State Hershey Medical Center. It's an organization that supports the families whose children are there battling pediatric cancer and other life-threatening illnesses. So essentially, if your child is admitted there, they are the first people that come in the room and talk to you. Their social workers come in and basically tell you, you take care of your child, take care of yourself, and they take care of everything else. And that's what they do. They pay you never see a bill.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's great.
And when it's
pretty incredible
in that situation,
the last thing you're worried about is that.
Yeah.
So now Gettysburg ROCKS is it's a pretty big thing. It's not at one place.
No, it's started small. Actually, the first one ended up being like 12 venues and 120 bands. You know, it even doubled in size from what Rob imagined.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of us who got involved in the first one just to help him at the venues and that type of thing. And the musicians and the venue owners all encouraged him to keep doing it. So he decided to do it twice a year.
Yeah.
The first one was in February of 2014.
And is it still twice a year?
Yeah, actually, up until last August, it was. We decided the last couple August events have been very stressful. It's harder to get bands. It's harder to get sound people. And so we decided to concentrate.
Wedding season, is that one?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of different things. And one of the biggest things is in the Gettysburg area now, there's a lot of music. There's a lot of musicians and a lot of music.
Yeah.
And there's more places for them to play. So for us to come to them and said, hey, can you volunteer a set of your time?
Some people say Gettysburg is the Nashville of the 21st century.
It is amazing how much it's changed, but I haven't heard that one.
Well, I just made it up.
Okay. Well, let's promote that because there is some pretty amazing places with music in the area. But.
You're not exaggerating there, and that's something that I've been impressed with since I moved back here in 2018. Is the I guess it's the generation behind me in the 30s. They're much more innovative than any of us have been before them. No, maybe not any of it, but anybody alive. And they really embrace art and music and all that, really, and culture, culture in general.
Yeah.
And so, I love that, in the summertime, you can walk down the square and there's a band playing in one of those, what do they call those things? Like in the quadrants there.
Right.
They have a name
I can't
for them.
Think of it.
Death traps or whatever. And well, they are. So but I think it's cool though that they have that going, and there is a lot of music around here and very talented musicians.
It really is.
Like really talented musicians.
Yeah.
So you've got, would you say 12 venues?
This time we have 14.
14, very nice.
Yeah, and we've kind of settled in that. We've been as high as 22 venues and 180 bands.
Wow.
We really stretched ourselves out for a while. We were in all the way from Waynesboro to Thomasville at one time, and it just got to be too much.
Yeah, that is far.
We kind of found out by shrinking it, you condense the crowd, and you also you don't lose the donations. The donations still come in.
Well, so how does it work? So you said you had 180 bands. Obviously, they're not all from this area, right?
No, they're not all from directly in this area, but mostly from this region.
The region, yeah.
We get them from Harrisburg. We've had them come from Philly and Pittsburgh area, and up from Baltimore. There was a time where there was a touring band from Florida, and they would make their tour, and we would be one of their stops.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really was. And
so I would imagine something like this is a nightmare to organize. How many people do you guys have on staff to help you with that?
And is it staff or is it volunteer?
It's all volunteer. We operate with zero budget. We, any expenses that we need, it comes out of one of our pockets. I mean, which honestly, it's limited on how much we spend. We get a lot of support from the venues. We get a lot of support from the community in general. We do a silent auction, so we probably have 30 to 40 businesses that donate things. It doesn't cost us much, but so as far as staff, it's basically Rob and I.
Really?
Organizing, texting, emailing, doing that type of thing. That's just for the core of where we're going to have the venues, where the bands are going to be. Rob does most of that. My task is getting volunteers to be at each of the venues, which it's almost limitless. I have a Facebook page. I probably have 60 people I can draw from, and it's really just text who's available, and it's become somewhat routine.
Yeah. So
once the event starts, you have 14 separate shows going on, and they just kind of run themselves.
So that's okay. So you've got 14 different venues.
Yeah.
How many bands play there a day?
It usually averages between 4 and 6. So what happens is every hour you hear a different band or acoustic act, whatever that venue's set up for. And
so each venue has a different set. Like there'd be an acoustic venue and there'd be a rock venue.
Yeah, because some of the smaller places, they can only do acoustic.
That makes sense.
And in the bigger ones, where we can accommodate bands. And that's been one of the things that's been tough over the last few years is there's fewer and fewer of those full band venues. there's just not as many. And the thing is, if we had them, there's bands chomping at the bit to play.
Yeah.
I know the Walk Tallers would be really excited.
Have you heard of the Walk Tallers?
I have not.
You know, let me play you some of their stuff. You know, are you from Gettysburg?
I live over in Carroll Valley area.
Oh, so do we.
Yeah.
We're neighbors. Well, I'm sure you're aware that, you know, cars crash into buildings in Gettysburg quite often.
Yes.
The Walk Tallers are so talented. They were able to write a little ditty about it and make themselves sound like the Temptations. Let's listen.
Car crashed into a building. That's the 30th one this year. If they didn't put those buildings there, the road would be clear.
Yep.
Just driving along without.
Matt, you're the only one bobbing.
I know. Nobody cares.
Next thing you know, a building is right there.
You know, really talented.
I cared for a long time. I just want to point out until you ripped it away from me.
That was AI.
Oh.
That wasn't really the Temptations, and there's no such thing as the Walk Tallers. But
he made it up and made me believe there was.
Yeah, that's what's very sad and scary about the whole thing.
What's sad and scary is she believed it.
Shut up.
So you've got. So does each venue? Who manages everything? Is it the venue itself, or do you have volunteers that go and kind of?
I mean, the venue staff it, and then we put usually 2 volunteers at each venue. We'll have a donation table. We sell shirts and merch and things like that to help raise additional funds. But they're all free, and like I was saying, the venue kind of runs itself.
Yeah,
the musicians are so used to it. The sound guys, and the sound guys are great because they keep everything on time. They know how long this guy can play.
So they're kind of like the producers.
Yeah. So they manage they manage the venue from the music side of it. And most of the venues, they've done it so many times, like they know what to expect, and they have the staff in place, and they're very accommodating to us, which is awesome.
And you've been involved from the very beginning, you said?
I volunteered at the first one. I didn't even know Rob at that point, and but the reason my wife and I got involved at the time Rob started it, we had a granddaughter who was a Four Diamonds kid. She was being treated for leukemia at that time.
Okay.
And another musician friend of mine, we had suggested to him to go up to Penn State to audition to play at Thon, because the kids at the college, they're on their feet for 46 straight hours. Mm-hmm. So they have bands all through the night and stuff for them. And so anyway, he came back to us like 2 weeks later and told us, no, I didn't go up there, but this guy contacted me and wants to do this festival in Gettysburg for Four Diamonds. Of course, we already knew what Four Diamonds was. Our granddaughter had been in treatment for 2 years, so we knew what it was. So it was like, there's no way we couldn't be involved, and we stuck. I've stuck around. We've had volunteers come and go, and we had some great ones too. And sometimes people just can't keep it going in their life.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah,
it happens.
Yeah, it's part of my life at this point.
So you get involved with it, and what is the? Here's where I want to go with it. What is the best year as far as how much money you guys have raised for Four Diamonds?
The best event that we had, and we were doing 2 a year, and you asked me that question earlier. So starting this year, we're only going to do it in February.
Okay.
There are some other great Four Diamonds similar type events going on in the area.
Okay.
So we felt comfortable with stepping away because other people are also doing it.
Stepping in, yeah.
But it was actually the week before the world shut down, COVID. That February event, we donated over $30,000 from that weekend, and that was the first time we had cleared that. And it was, and actually that one was. I don't know what it was. You could just feel the vibe all around town. Like every venue was packed. Everybody was having a great time.
Yeah. And after COVID, after we were allowed out?
It was right before COVID.
Oh, right before COVID.
It was the February before COVID. Literally 2 weeks later, they shut everything down.
It's like we sensed it.
We actually, we were talking about it that week. Like, should we be doing this? And it's like, well, it's too late now. We got everything in place. If
Right.
everybody gets COVID, everybody gets COVID.
Yeah.
No, we didn't feel that way at all. It was for a good cause, and but we got that, and that was the biggest one, and that was what was so disappointing. And it took us a while to get our traction back. It
did
after
take
it opened back up.
Sure.
But now it's we're getting back there again, and.
What are you able to keep track of how many people?
Yeah, we
attend?
do. The volunteers, one of their jobs is we try to make sure they get a picture of every band because we want to post them and promote them on our Facebook page. But then they also try to do a head count in the venue, and so at peak times there's probably 2,000 people out and about.
That's pretty good.
If you add them all up together.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it is. It's.
Do you ever get like a famous band in?
They're all famous.
Yeah, they're all famous. I mean,
You know what I
they're
mean.
famous to us. I wouldn't say that we've had any nationally touring acts. We've had some regional acts come through and play for us and
Right.
stuff, but they're hard to get. I mean, those guys
of
are
course.
they're making a living. You just got to get lucky. They're in the area or something.
They'll come down and do a little charity.
But,
Yeah.
But to Bethany's point, I mean, around here there are local musicians that are famous and people come out and see them.
Yeah, we do have our own little ecosystem of local celebrities
Yeah.
around here.
Mhm.
Bethany being one of the biggest.
Yeah, I'm totally a musician.
Hey, somebody yelled at you on the street. Aren't
Somebody
you
did yell at
Bethany?
me.
Nobody does that to me. They throw rocks at me.
You're so full of it.
That's true.
Just me, dude. I follow you around with a basket of rocks.
How do you? I hate to use this word, but how do you get the donations? Is it a cover to see the bands, or do
no, all the
come and donate?
All the venues are free. We just we ask for donations, and our volunteers, they're not shy. They'll walk around the venue and.
So you only do
make
cash
sure you
donations,
give
not credit?
Oh no, we actually it took us a little while to work on that, but at each venue there's QR codes you can use.
Nice.
You can use
Yeah.
venue, and then Four Diamonds sets us up a donation page.
Nice.
So you can QR code into that and make a credit card donation that way as well. And so that's really worked. That's worked out for us because fewer people, fewer people are carrying cash, and Venmo was the big one. We got that question a lot, and to be honest with you, the first time I was like, "What the hell's Venmo?"
Venmo.
Yeah,
I know.
And but then it was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this works."
Sure, it's easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we sell shirts. We've come out. It's usually about 400 of them we sell.
Yeah, you have a cute sweatshirt on right now.
Yeah, and we went into the hoodie business the last time out.
Very popular.
I actually ordered a couple for myself, and people would see me. Where can I get a hoodie? Where can I get a hoodie? But you have to charge $50 for them to be worthwhile. But people bought them, so it's like, okay, I'll get some more.
Well, that's a very nice green heather color that
green
people
heather,
do enjoy.
Oh, is that heather?
What makes it what makes it?
What is heather?
See
Why do they
how
call
it's kind of like
blotch, like speckled? Yeah, I see what you mean. Like it's got yes.
Mhm.
It's not a solid
No.
green.
Yeah,
it's like
That's called heather.
And the fabric in the
Dappled.
heather colors are a lot softer. The heather material.
Oh, okay.
So we've gone that way, which to me, I think it makes a better hoodie. It's not.
Oh, 100%.
restricting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like restrictive hoodies.
So we have
at all.
heather green, heather maroon, and we have some gray ones as well. But yeah.
If you want to call in, ask a question or say whatever you want to Mike, the number 717-420-1978. Hurry up and get your calls in. Where's the camera? There it is. Get your calls in.
Where it's always been.
Where it's always. Before we go.
On fire, bro.
Are you a musician yourself?
I am not.
So you're just
not.
doing this because it's a good cause.
I like I say, I joined it because I knew what Four Diamonds was, and
Can if people want to become involved as a volunteer, how do you recommend that they do that?
the easiest way is to message our Facebook page. We do have a way to email us through our website. We do have a website, gettysburgrocks.com, and that's a really good source. There's actually a schedule on there that you can call up, and it has every venue and what time each musician's playing, and it'll give you an idea of what type of music it's going to be at that venue as well.
If they're a band, is that a good way to get a hold of you as well?
Yeah. So everything basically through the website, and they can donate through the website.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. There's a donation button. It takes you to that Four Diamond page I talked about.
I'm sorry, saying what?
We're trying to get that posted in the comments.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Yeah, so if you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and donate. And also, come on out. Like, that sounds like a fun time. So it's going to be going start Friday or Saturday?
It starts Friday. The first venue kicks off at 5 p.m. Almost every other venue at 6.
Okay.
We run to 10. There's a couple of venues that go later. Over in Hanover, the Moose Club runs till 11. And if you're into more rock bands, Jen's and the Racehorse Tavern both have heavier bands, and they run a little bit later as well.
Yeah.
Jen's.
I don't know what Jen's is.
Yeah, what's Jen's?
Jen's Rhythm and Brews. It's on 94 on the way to York Springs from Cross Keys.
Oh, that's out of my domain. Yeah, that's out there.
They've been great. Actually, they joined us a couple of years ago, and they have a girl that works there that she books all the lineup there and books all the lineup for the Racehorse Tavern. Like, they're kind of self-sufficient because they're away from it. And
I think that's kind of cool. This event that goes on at a bunch of different places, and they're all pretty much self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a whole big crew of people.
No, you don't.
It kind of handles itself, and it's got to make your job a lot easier.
Yeah, well, it allows us to run around and enjoy the music.
Yeah.
and get
what type of music are you into?
I have a pretty good mix of music. I mean, I don't like real heavy music. I classic rock, and I grew up in that.
Barry Manilow.
So no
reggae.
But I've come to know a lot of the local musicians that are original artists, and I'm friends with a lot of them, and I really enjoy their stuff. If you would look at and I still buy CDs because I'd rather do that, but if you look at my collection, probably at this point in the last 5 years, it's 80% local musicians.
Where do you find CDs? Do they still sell them at
most of the musicians, when they do release a record, they will have
really?
CDs at their event or off their Facebook page. But they're harder.
I thought everything was like MP3 now.
Yeah, they are. But the cool thing is a lot of them are having vinyl printed now. That's kind of making a comeback.
I know it is making a comeback.
Yeah.
Cindy's daughter's boyfriend. Cindy's daughter's boyfriend. Yep, that's correct. He's all into like classic rock, what we call classic rock, because apparently classic rock dips into the 90s now.
Backstreet Boys.
Sure.
And that'll never be classic. But he's into like real classic rock, 60s, 70s, that type of stuff, Sinatra and everything. And he likes vinyl. And I'm like, I like this kid. There's something to it. There is. The
Beatles on vinyl is just so different, man.
It's like stepping back in time. It's like, wow, this is what my parents heard.
It's so much brighter.
And then it skips.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, my parents went through this frustration too.
Yeah.
Well, don't use your vinyl records as frisbees, and you won't have that problem.
I stopped that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let Major chew on them a little bit.
He was trying to practice his DJ career with his
skipping.
I was doing Johnny Fever from WKRP, just tossing him around. Is that what he did? I don't remember.
I don't know who you're talking about.
WKRP in Cincinnati, the sitcom. No,
I'm going to Cincinnati next week.
Well, go see if you can stop by the offices of WKRP.
That's why I won't be on the show next week.
There. Oh, right. You're not going to be here next week. And it's Colby's last day today.
I know.
To next week.
I know. I'm super bummed.
Is it your last day next week? Well, we'll talk about it later. All right. So, GettysburgRocks.com.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be this weekend? What are you looking forward to?
I'll be everywhere.
You got anything in particular that you're like, I got to make sure I catch that?
Well, we do have a couple regional musicians. There's a young lady, Canyon. She's from Connecticut, and actually she was in this area recording when we started Gettysburg Rocks, and she participated in a couple, and then she had a couple of kids and wasn't doing much touring or anything, and she was back in the area back in August, and so she's coming down to do a set out at Battlefield Brew Works, and then and actually a friend of hers, and actually a musician that's been around, Jeremiah Tall, he's also doing a set. Actually, they're going to collaborate on a couple of songs. So looking forward to that. But I'm really looking forward to the Barn Resort.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, they're a new venue for us. They're our home. Our home was always the Pike.
Yes.
That was our
Yes.
home. That ballroom suited us well.
Yeah.
And we went and met with the Barn Resort, and they've been really great about it. I think they're looking forward to it as much as we are. But there's a lot of good classic rock bands in there all weekend long. That's like the primary band.
That's what we might have to go there.
Yeah. And then the last day, Sunday, is from 12 to 8. The music's from 12 to 8, and it's at the barn. That's the only venue.
Oh, really?
And that's an opportunity for all the volunteers and all of us to be in one place and enjoy
a
the
buffet music.
Yeah, and
have you been to the buffet yet?
I have been.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. I'm
twice. That's twice now. Hold on, I gotta mark that now. 5118. Okay.
And 4452.
4452. Thank you.
But Sunday's great. We do a silent auction there as well, so that'll be set up all weekend at the barn. But I really look forward to Sunday because with all the driving around I do Friday and Saturday, I don't drink at all. But Sunday I do.
I get that. Yeah.
So, I think we have nothing going on Sunday, so maybe we'll have to come on Sunday and
There's
see
some
there.
really good music on Sunday.
Yeah. And the Barn Resort is the only place that's doing something.
What is this?
You're saying the Barn Resort is the only place to do
on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah. No, I got you. Yeah,
yeah. We always finish that way. And the other cool thing is like we'll have 600 T-shirts and hoodies and stuff scattered in the 14 venues, and everybody's always looking for that right color and right size. So we always tell them, come there on Sunday because everything that's left will be there. And that usually works out.
Okay. So it should be a good crowd.
You know what
it usually is, yeah.
Is going to be like mind-blowing for you. Because if you usually did this at the Pike and they had such limited parking just because of where they are, the Barn Resort has parking for ages.
Yes, they do. Yes,
yeah, you don't have to worry about that ever again.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
It's a great place.
Yeah.
It is.
Where are the bands going to be set up? Down in the bar?
Up in the ballroom.
Up in the ballroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like it could be a Walk Taller song, Up in the Ballroom.
Up in the ballroom.
Yeah, like under the boardwalk. Colby, what are you and Taylor doing on Sunday?
Well, I mean, I don't think we have any big plans Sunday.
Bethany?
Nothing going on.
I think we should all make one of our final team trips to
the only team trip we've ever done
to Gettysburg Rocks.
I think you should. I
have a show to finish editing for Monday, but I might just say, you know what? It's coming out Tuesday and skip it.
There you go. You are your own boss.
I am my own boss. Well, my audience is my boss, and they're used to Monday shows. So
say that you're raising money for the Four Diamonds Fund.
That's it.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So don't begrudge me my charity work.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So, okay. Show's coming out Tuesday. Actually, it probably will come out Friday because I've got too much to do all week. So I won't be able to edit it. You know what? No show this week.
All right.
We talked him out of everything for this week.
Come to Gettysburg Rocks at the Barn Resort on Sunday, and you'll get to meet everybody, and it'll be a lot of fun. Good music, good food, good folks, good fun. I said fun twice.
Because it's going to be twice the fun.
It's going to be twice the fun. Colby and Taylor will be there. You can give them a hard time for leaving us, and you're supporting a good cause, of course. 4 Diamonds is the cause, and Gettysburg Rocks, gburgrocks.com for all of your Gettysburg Rocks information. And I stand corrected, it has nothing to do with geology. So let's all just keep that. It's actually better than geology. It's music. And who doesn't like music?
Everything's better than geology.
It's diamonds, it's kids, and it's music. 3 things everybody loves. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. We all have children. And, well, we don't have children. But
I was going to say.
We all have children we care about in our lives. And what was the third thing? We love music.
Yeah.
Music makes you feel good. And there's all different types of music out there. So it's something for everybody. You have any rap artists?
We do not.
Because it's music. Music's not rap. Rap isn't music, is what I'm saying. It's
a lot of people like rap.
I know,
and probably if we had a venue for it and had the artists, it would draw that crowd out.
Oh, of course it would. Yeah. What about those kids who play the laptop?
No.
Good. Thank God.
No.
How about string quartets? Orchestras? Anything or brass bands? You have anything like that?
Barbershop
Jazz?
quartets.
Jazz.
Do we no jazz, no barbershop?
There is a
quartet?
barbershop
We do have a
quartet in
we have a
town.
really good ska band.
Oh, ska's good.
On
Yeah.
Sunday.
Okay.
Things Constant. They've been around for a while. They put on a really good show.
Yeah, ska's fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Sunday. Ska is that music. It's kind of like reggae. It's kind of like it's like Chicago meets reggae and crack. It's like very upbeat.
Like reggae double time.
Like old No
lot of
Doubt
horns.
or like old school No Doubt or Sublime.
I will like
You
it.
will.
Sublime.
First time I heard them, I was like, oh wow.
Well, yeah. What was that? No, I don't even know enough of the song to give you an accurate.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. That's it. Yeah.
I went to go give Cindy a high five, and she did this to me, and wouldn't change it.
She doesn't want to get COVID.
She kept the fist up because we were talking about ska, I guess.
Well, look, I'm looking forward to it. I really appreciate you coming on
appreciate
and
you having
talking
me.
to us.
Yeah.
Are you? Is this your first exposure to this madhouse?
To this, somebody, what is it, Battlefield Brew Works? I think he did something with them.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a little bit of that, but
And you were like, I hope I never get to go on that show. And here you are.
And here I am. No, it was nice that Cindy offered. It was great.
Yeah. We want to promote all the good things going on around here.
Yeah,
so.
we appreciate it.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you all watching. We'll be right back after these words.
We'll be right back. But will we? Stick around and find out.
Here's what's coming to our Patreon channel in 2025. So, he wouldn't say, like, what
This
like,
is part of the myth making, right?
Right.
Right. He's also not called the Grey Ghost during the war.
Is that true?
I can't find any evidence that anyone used that term. I think it comes about in the 20th century, and we really see it take off with the TV show in the 20th century. But I can find no newspaper reference or book reference from the 19th century calling him the Grey Ghost.
Amazing. It's popular culture and what it does.
Isn't it weird
right?
what it does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, but I mean, what a great name though.
It is. Yeah.
So, okay, but now, so this, he gets in the papers.
Okay.
He gets promoted because of this. What?
And Stewart issues a statement that he wants to be read to every regiment in the Army of Northern Virginia Cavalry that lauds the daring and audacity of
Because he doesn't just get the general; he gets horses and other things.
He gets
right?
horse. He captures about 30 men, their horses. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
For
not bad.
9 guys or 10 guys.
And it's more than 9 at this point. It's about 20 because he's had men. But right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're getting into a general's bedroom.
Right.
Like, that's pretty good.
Somebody asked me, they said, okay, how does this pay compare to the civilian world?
That was okay. Good. Yes.
You're going to ask how
yes, that was
if
given.
I'm a private in the Union Army, what could I make? You know, as a laborer or a farmhand, and those are the two really most common occupations. He's laborer, farmland, okay. You know, if I stay a civilian, and fortunately, you know, if it takes a little bit of digging, but you can find it, because in the 1860 census, they frequently will list, okay, this is what occupations are, this is how much the guy's being paid, and it varies widely from state to state. It varies considerably north versus south. Logically enough, because you have, of course, the slave labor available in the South. But on average, a farmhand in 1860 is going to make $14 a month.
Okay.
So that's right in line.
So yeah, right. So you're,
and that could very well be why the Army increased their pay to $13 a month to compete.
So a little background then. We're talking about this idea that Longstreet's attack on the left, which ultimately would result in battles around the Peach Orchard, the Wheat Field, Little Round Top, Devil's Den, etc. That whole movement was meant to be executed right at dawn, according to Early, and it was supposed to be carried out by Longstreet's Corps. But as you point out, I believe
Longstreet himself is there like on the evening of the 1st, and then his corps starts to trickle in throughout the night. They're delayed by Johnson's division, I believe, from Ewell's corps. So Longstreet's corps has to kind of wait while they filter onto the road and get into town. So they're a little bit delayed, so they're not going to get here in time for the first day. But they're still not up in full or even in the 2/3 that will end up launching that attack by dawn. So this claim from early that it's supposed to happen at dawn is ridiculous. I don't know why people didn't Google it back then. But obviously there's no Google, so people have to believe it, right? Because why would this guy lie?
Right. Like 1,000% that they're losing their way past redeeming. So
are you saying then that when people lose their faith in the government, they save their money instead of spend it? Or what causes the inflation? I mean, the
scarcity of goods versus monetary value and confidence in the government to be able to do what it does.
Okay.
If I'm not confident, if we go to thermonuclear war with Iran, which I don't think we hope we don't do, McDonald's hamburgers might go up to $20.
You don't want to miss out on all that, do you? Of course you don't. Go to patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg, support the show, and learn a whole lot more.
If this show has done anything for you in a positive or negative way, would you like and subscribe and share? You may hate it, but someone else might like it. Welcome back.
You're balding. What are you noticing? You're balding?
My roots.
Your roots.
Yeah.
You gotta get back to the salon and get it dyed. Hey, you know what, folks?
What, Matt?
One of the most important things you'll ever do for yourself, and quite frankly for the world, is to become a patron over at patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg. You just saw a little video there of what you can expect. I made that in December. That's just the tip of the iceberg, okay? You want to go to patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg. It's spelled the same way as the show, Addressing Gettysburg, because it is for the show. And it's a lot of fun over there, I got to tell you. And then actually, if you're a patron, I'm going to get some dates out there. But what we're going to try to do is I'm going to have my first ever, I don't know, I guess we'll call it a Council of War. Okay. With the patrons.
Ooh.
Because I'm at a crossroads and I need to know what they
want to hear.
know.
Okay.
Are you
going to give them 3 options?
I'm going to say, look, here's where we need to take Addressing Gettysburg. Okay. But in order to do that, some things might have to change as far as what we're releasing on Patreon in order to free up my time to do these other things.
Okay.
Otherwise, they'll never get done. And I want to hear from them because I value them, and also I need their support. Otherwise, I can't do it.
I think that's a great thing to
So
do.
I need to know. I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, because I need to know. What was that song?
I need to know.
Mark
I
Anthony.
need to know if you think you're gonna do.
No, that's Tom Petty. It's a different
know.
one. It's a different I need to know. Anyway, patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg is where you want to go for all of the greatest things ever created by mortal man. Okay.
When you're dragging ass out of bed, the hairs must up on your head. You picture the 20th Maine, and you're happy once again. Fight the battle against being slow.
With what?
With Little Brown Top Road.
That's right. That's Melinda, the jazz singer. Very popular jazz singer around here. Melinda Bakersfield, that's her name. Anyway, so Little Ground Top, you guys know this is probably one of the greatest things ever It's the best coffee you'll have this side of the Pecos. And by the way, the other day I was coming into work and I needed gas, so I went to the Rudders down in Emmitsburg, right?
Okay.
And then I hop on 15 and I come up to town. While I'm at Rudders, I'm like, you know what? I just want to get to the office and get to work. I'm going to grab a coffee here.
Mistake.
Super mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with all due respect to Rudders, I took a sip of that swill and I spit it out all over my windshield and almost got in an accident. Unfortunately, there was an 18-wheeler that swerved and he did get in an accident. And I said sorry and I continued on my way. I hope he's okay. But the point is, I walked into Bantam Roasters when I got into town. I stopped. This was not planned, okay? This was supposed to buy me time getting the coffee at Rudders. But I walked into Bantam Roasters and there sat Chad and one of his employees talking at one of the tables by the door. I walked in and I held my coffee cup like this over a garbage can and I dropped it into the garbage can and it said Rudders on it. And he smiled and I said, "You, sir, have spoiled my taste buds because this is gross and I need my little ground top."
And then later, the people who did the cleaning up and had to take that wet garbage bag out were really super happy.
I apologized later.
As a former barista, there's nothing worse.
Sorry. Ms. Lisi said just picked up 3 bags of Little Ground Top coffee on Sunday. Was the highlight of the weekend with the bad weather. And we'll talk about that when we come back. But anyway, 82 Steinway Avenue in Gettysburg, right across from the Dobbin House. When you're in town, go pick up a few bags like Ms. Lisi did. She got 3 Odom.
Do you know where she's from?
Lisi Town. I'm guessing it's probably somewhere.
It's near Clarion.
Yes.
Oh, really? Is that true?
I'm from Clarion.
Well, so is Ms. Lisi.
She's not from Clarion.
Anyway, my point is that you can go there and get it, or you can go to addressinggettysburg.com/cafe. And thank you very much, everybody who's been ordering, and thank you to those of you who are about to. You're about to. Now, we salute you. For those of us who are about to die, we salute you. That's a very bad Buster Kilrain.
Yeah, right?
No, don't agree with me on that one.
If the show has done anything for you in a positive or negative way, would you like and subscribe and share? You may hate it, but someone else might like it. Welcome back to AG Today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Concerned. With many concerns.
Oh, we are back, and there's a few things that I want to get to before we get to the news here. First of all, a lot of people in the comment section asking about 6 questions. Did he go from tier 2 to tier 3? 6 questions in the back there. Before we give them the answer, hold on. Let me just make sure we have the proper fanfare for you here. He's miming it. Oh, sorry, Mike. Oh. Well, Mike, how did you do? Did you move on?
Yes, I did move on.
Woo!
And we knew you would. We knew you would. Now what happens?
Well, right now, basically those of us who survived this process so far have been split up into 2 groups. Half of us will do our field practicum in March, and don't make anything dirty out of that, please. And the other will do it in September.
Everybody's face when
I don't know what field practicum and
Oh, I know, because of the spelling.
Look at everybody thinking right now.
How do we make this dirty?
I mean, I know where he's going, but
no, you do not.
Probably a poop joke.
No, it's not a poop joke.
You don't know anything.
It's not.
You know nothing.
Do you want to know what it is?
No, I don't want to know.
Take off your headphones. I'm going to tell you.
How?
I don't get that.
Practic.
Oh.
Oh.
Jesus.
I think that was
Clearly,
a stretch.
I was not raised in a convent, but everybody else was.
I
feel like that was a
I don't
stretch of epic proportions.
Well, it was. That's why it took us a while, but I finally got to where he was going. Anyway, Mr. Dirty Mouth Lentz, what? So you threw us off, and we didn't hear the rest of what you were saying.
Did
so
you make
the
it?
first practicum is in March.
Yes. That's the first group will go in March. And then there's a whole nother group that will go in September.
I know. Which one are you part of?
I'm in September.
You're in the September group. So yeah. So do you like that? Does that give you more time to study or practice, or would you rather just get it out of the way?
For me, I'd like to get it out of the way, but judging by what it is, I'm kind of glad I have the time to practice.
Sure.
Because it's basically a weekend of classroom, on-field stuff. You have to create a tour route with a map and bring copies of that in. You have to do an outline of a tour, bring that.
Holy bejesus.
You have to give 2 3 to 5 minute presentations, one extemporaneously, off the cuff or in the moment, and the other on a prepared topic. So it's
I think he memorized the
guys
email.
there, they'll look over your stuff, they'll rib into it, and they'll critique you, and you have to adjust. And all of this, you're being graded on a rubric.
Can anybody tell he's been practicing his guide hand talk?
Can we, with this new crop of guides coming in, can we break that, please? The hand gestures. Can we just stop with the hand gestures?
Sometimes you need a good hand gesture.
A good hand gesture, a good point here and there is fine, but All right, now.
This is the new part, right?
What?
The
this
field
is
practicum?
the part that they've never done before.
Right, because
correct?
this isn't the oral exam.
No, it's not.
No.
This is in addition to
This
oral
is the
exam.
prep for the oral exam. This is teaching you to be a guide.
They've done this before.
Yes, this is essentially what was called in the past charm school.
Okay.
Oh, I thought the interview was what in the past they called.
So yours is in September. So and then when do you get to take? If you make it beyond that, then when do you get to do the oral?
Who knows? You have to get past.
Who knows? Nobody knows.
Is this like the Lord of the Rings getting this freaking license? Like what? Why can't you just tell people what's going on?
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
What?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
What is happening on this show right now?
Everybody's having a stroke. What is
Didn't you ever hear that song they made out of
No.
them saying they're taking the hobbits to Isengard?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll play it at dinner.
No, I used to date. All right. Tacos. Sorry, guys, but that's a fact of life, okay? There's girl math, there's boy math, and people who read Harry Potter didn't get dates. Sorry.
I didn't. That's true.
I know. Neither do people who are into the Civil War. So
I do want to throw out that I've been married for almost 15 years.
I am into the Civil War. I'm saying it. All right. So the other thing is, folks, I saw some people that Ms. Lisi reminded me when I saw her name. Tacos and Trivia.
Oh yeah,
sad.
Was it was rescheduled, and I'm gonna give Rob and them over at the seminary a hard time. It did not need to be. Cindy and I went out to dinner with Ken Gavin and his girlfriend Kim, and we invited Ms. Lisi and her husband Mark to come along with us because they were in town. They came.
Oh, for the trivia.
What? Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. Who did we?
The Houstons.
No, the Houstons were. Oh, yeah, that was.
I mean, Eric would have called you out on it eventually anyway. So
I thought you were saying no, that we didn't invite Ms. Lisi.
Oh, we did invite them. Yes.
You're right. I'm sorry, Ken Gavin, because we went to the same place we went to with Ken Gavin another day. That wasn't Ken Gavin. That was the Houstons. And we invited Ms. Lisi along because she and her husband Mark came down from your neck of the woods there, apparently. And it took them 6 hours to get here. And they came for tacos and trivia.
Why 6 hours?
Because the weather was
horrible. earlier in the day.
Yes, earlier
So
in the
they
day.
came down that day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
no.
yes.
Okay.
So we invited them to dinner, but they were tired because they had a long journey. But which is a shame because I won't say where we went but there was something that smelled like rotten seafood. And every once in a while it would waft over to us and we would be like, what the hell is that? And I thought, like the first time I noticed it, some old guy walked behind me and I felt like the draft. And I thought he crop dusted me. And so I was like, that son of a bitch. And I was like, oh my God, it's awful. It smells like rotten seafood. And then everybody else started smelling it. And then this guy's long gone by this point. And then the smell wafts again and again. And finally, when we paid the check, I say to the waitress, I say, hey, not for nothing, but what was that smell? It smelled like rotten seafood or when you leave a kid's diaper out in the sun for a whole afternoon. And she goes, we've been trying to figure that out too. We think it's the lobster.
We think it's the lobster.
What?
Now, this is after we've eaten, and thankfully, none of us had.
None of us had the lobster. And then,
Yeah.
so she goes away for a bit and then comes back and she's like, all right, just so you know, I think it is the lobster. I just had a piece. It was fine. It tasted good, but it did have a weird smell. Like, okay.
Then it's not fine.
She's not going to be coming into work the next day.
Well,
that's
she
what
said,
I said.
so if I die, that's what she said. If I die.
If I die, yeah.
You'll know
we
it was
checked,
the lobster.
we checked the papers and nothing happened. So
That you know of. People don't do obituaries like they used to.
yeah, died of lobster poisoning, right?
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
That ain't your
No,
daddy.
it's just
Daddy's
died
hit by a train.
unexpectedly. That's it.
That kind of bugs me though about obituaries is that they don't put how the people died sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can glean like, it was probably cancer or heart problems because they want you
drugs.
to donate to the American Heart Association. But when they're younger, I really am curious, like, how did this happen? They never say it. I mean, it's supposed to be a matter of record, isn't it? Like, shouldn't we all know?
I
Does
guess
it need to be private?
I don't know.
I guess it does.
When one of the girls in my class passed away, she was killed by her boyfriend.
Oh, murdered?
Yes, and they said it right in
What?
the thing.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want that kid.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Like I was, because she was living way far away. So I was shocked, one, that there was an obit in a paper that she didn't live there anymore.
Yeah.
So, and then they said it right out loud. I was kind of shocked.
Oh, that's uplifting.
Hmm.
Thanks for sharing that.
I'm
with
in
us.
my funeral outfit too.
Is that what you wear to funerals?
Yes.
Or you want to have that?
I mean, we could do that too.
You want to be buried in that?
No, I mean, I'm going to be cremated.
Are you one of the... Bethany, what was that?
Her face.
That was not me.
It came out of your mic. I can see it.
This is not true.
It came right from your mic.
Wow.
Don't even blame me for that one.
What?
I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
It's
like
the
every
greatest
holiday.
new toy right here.
Mhm.
The flatulence machine. Okay, so
I was like, if that's real and we're in this small room, I'm never coming in here again.
all right, and then that was at 1 hour 18 minutes.
Stop it.
I'm
Stop
just
it.
kidding. Hey, you know what? I got to tell you, last week when Ralph was on, I really loved the way he did the news with the AP stories. And
I'm
think
glad you added that last part because I really love the way he did the news.
with the AP stories.
Kind of makes
But
it
see,
sound
I
like
used
we
to
don't
do
a
the
good job.
historical ones, and then you told me not to do that anymore.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. You
I
said,
never said
let's
don't
not
do
do
that.
the historical stories anymore. It takes up too much time.
No.
You literally said that.
I said do one. And you said if I can't do them all, I'll do none.
In all fairness, you used to come in with like 27.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh, there
I
was
came
one
in
time.
with 4.
There was one time you went through like at least 2 decades.
Yeah.
Of stuff that happened
That's not
on that
true.
day.
That's true.
That's not true.
I think we could go back and find that episode.
That's not true.
They're going at it.
I just want to say that Colby's gloves are off
I know.
since he announced that he's leaving.
He doesn't care. He's
He
letting
doesn't
everybody
care.
know.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't
like-
like me at all
No,
anymore.
he doesn't.
maybe he doesn't like any of us, and he's
That's why
just
he's
showing
I've
it
been-
now
I've
because
been
he's
fooling
okay.
everybody.
he's like, I'm leaving. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll bet you he's not even leaving. He's just saying that so we'll leave him alone after
Yeah.
a certain date, right?
He's like, I'm done with you.
I'm still gonna live right down the road from him, but just not have anything.
See him at Giant, and he'll duck and run into the next aisle.
Yeah, like a whole stack of oranges will fall over. You're like, what happened? And it's Colby dived behind. Diving. Shit, I ruined the whole thing.
Also, that's the only place you ever see anybody is at Giant.
I know.
Funny
and
because I've never seen anybody at Giant. Like
Oh.
when I
Are you
go,
kidding?
when I go,
Yeah,
I never
everybody.
see anybody.
Yeah.
Every time I'm there, I see Matt.
Yeah, that's true. I see you there often. I used to bump into Pete Carmichael there all the time. We'd spend like 45 minutes just shooting the shit. And he's like, oh, I should probably get home because my wife needs us for dinner. It's like 7:30 at night. But yeah, that's, okay. But look, I'll tell you what. Cindy, I think you pulled some.
I did.
You went to that AP site. We're gonna try to spruce up the news a bit. We'll talk about more at dinner. Don't worry. Now listen to me. Don't take it personal.
Both the girls are looking
they
so
They don't
offended
understand
right
here.
now.
Like I'm trying to produce a show. Okay, you got to put your feelings aside. And just be like, oh, okay, Matt's trying to make a show
Hot
for the audience.
Kettle.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know how women become actresses because they cannot take critiques.
No.
You cannot critique women.
Well, some of them you can.
But you got to be like.
No, but you don't understand. To be an actress, you have to have low self-esteem to begin with.
I guess that's true.
Right? You seek out fame,
or just
so that you can feel good about yourself.
Or just be, asked walking down the street if you want to be in a movie because you're that attractive. And I feel like that's a different direction.
Well, that happened to you once. I remember that story.
I was right next to you too, and they just ignored you.
I know. It was so embarrassing. And I'm the one with talent.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. But it's not about talent in this day and age.
No.
No.
And now, all the news that's fit to print and a good deal that's not. Here's AG Today's lead anchor Bethany Yingling with current events and sidewalk conditions.
Man robbed Adams County convenience store, carjacked a driver, and was arrested in Luzerne County.
Adams County therapist accused of indecently assaulting children during play dates. Super
A
uplifting.
nanny hired in Adams County allegedly stole money, blamed pregnancy brain during interview.
Upper Adams approves book limitation policy. All this and more on today's news.
Well, let's talk about big bulls then.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay, so you want to go through the local things we did first, or this is new for us, so you tell us what you want.
It's just do.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
No.
I wanted to say your rhythm was
No.
very good on that.
It was.
That last
It
one.
is every time. So,
Wow.
you know.
Bethany's like, just talk for yourself.
There's that.
Yeah, I suck at this. I don't know why Matt keeps me on this damn show.
So it was actually a Maryland man, and he's facing felony charges in 2 separate counties because he actually robbed the Royal Farms.
Oh.
On York Road in Strabane Township.
Oh, right
Isn't
here.
that the new one?
That's the new one.
Yeah. So he robbed that store.
Like in broad daylight, or?
It was around 11 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
He handed the cashier a handwritten note. That seems to be the thing. Reading, "Robbery, empty the register." The cashier did so, and this guy allegedly made off with $89.84. That was a windfall.
It pays to steal, people. It pays to steal.
He was fleeing in a Dodge Ram 1500, and then
Dodge Ram.
A Dodge Ram.
If you can't dodge it, ram it.
Okay.
Do you know this person?
I don't know.
Well,
Keep
I'll
going.
tell you his name because I did not read that part for you.
Mark Yingling.
David Kelpie. David Kelpie. He's 40 of Damascus, Maryland.
Nope.
And he is currently in the Luzerne County Prison. If I could talk, that'd be great. On felony assault, theft, and robbery charges. Because when he got to Luzerne County, West Hazelton, specifically in Luzerne County, he had rammed a pickup truck that he was trying. Police said Kelpie rammed a pickup truck he was trying into the back of a legally parked and occupied sedan. So
driving is what they meant?
It says trying, so sure, driving, we can say that.
I have a question for the older people in the audience. Back in the days of actual newspapers, right, when that's all we had, were typos as common as they are today in news articles?
Oh, yeah.
Or they were?
Oh, yeah.
They were? Mm-hmm. They were? Mm-hmm. You're not one of the older people.
Yeah, but I regularly look at old newspapers.
Then he ripped the driver from the sedan, tossed them onto the road, struck them multiple times, and then he stole the sedan and ran over the victim.
Oh, that's not funny,
The
Gilbert.
status of the victim is unknown at this time. Pittston Township Police located the stolen vehicle and arrested him. And so Pittston is quite a ways from West Hazelton. So he had quite a journey in that sedan after he hit that person. So he is still committed to the Luzerne County Prison. He's unable to post $150,000 in bail. So
And that's
good.
why you always conceal carry people.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm fascinated by like I said before, like police dash cam and body cam videos, particularly chases. But there's other stories that, pique my interest and I'll watch them. Okay. Why, in this day and age, do you even try?
You're not going to get away with
To do
You're not
something
going to get away.
It's
You're not going to get away with anything.
You're not. You're just not going to. It's not going to happen.
Like, first of all, you got good old detective work, right? That still works. Good old fashioned detective work. Your intuition. You can tell when somebody's putting you on. They trip themselves up in their lies and all that stuff. But then with technology, I was watching this one earlier today, a horrible kidnapping story, and it was the stepfather. But like the mother, I didn't finish it, so I don't know what the result was with like who was involved with what. But the mother seemed to be complicit somehow, and because their stories were like bullshit, but like they were getting certain details wrong.
Yeah.
Like she was saying that he came to her house on Saturday, and he's like, "Well, I'll get there till Sunday night," and it's all that stuff. Anyway, they figured him out.
And you're not going to outrun the radio, dude.
No, you're not. But like he tried to say like, well, you know how you could do an update on your phone? So I did an update on my phone, but accidentally, like there was a thing about doing a factory reset, and I accidentally hit yes because I wasn't paying attention. And so I like lost everything on my phone. He's saying this in an interview before they start pointing the finger at him. And I go, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You did. First of all, there's no way that. And guess what? The police can get in there and figure out how that was activated.
There's
and guess
backups,
what? You went looking for it and you hit go ahead and do it. So like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, don't do it. And with a car, 170 by the, they're going to find you.
Well, robbery in general nowadays, dude, that's just...
there's cameras everywhere.
You have to be high as a kite.
You go into that ROFO, if you go to the self-checkout, there's a camera on the self-checkout screen. You can see yourself.
They have those at Walmart, too.
Yeah, they have them at Walmart. Well, I think they took those down. They were doing that during COVID, but then they took them down.
the one in Gettysburg still has it.
Oh, maybe I'm imagining that. I don't know. But anyway, so there's just like, why do you just be honest? Okay.
Yeah, just be a good person. Use your powers for good.
You don't have to be a good person. Just don't do bad things. You could still be a shithead. Just don't do anything shitty. That's all I'm saying. They're going to find
that's
you.
Counterintuitive. But
Huh?
Yeah, what qualifies you as a shitty person if you don't do shitty things?
It's all about the inside. It doesn't matter what you actually do. It's what you think and what you feel on the inside. Okay.
Okay. I got it.
All right. What else you got, girls?
It looked like you were getting ready to fart again. Oh, dude, that one was nasty.
Okay. Enough, guys. Come on.
Bethany, it's out of love. I just want you.
Whatever. David Mitchell, a 55-year-old therapist from Gettysburg, faces serious allegations of indecent assault. This is not the right music.
No, it isn't.
Involving 3 children.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
The incidents purportedly occurred at Mitchell's home and during a session at his office on Carlisle Street. According to the charges, 2 of the assaults took place during playdates at Mitchell's residence.
Oh God! Wait a second.
Yeah.
I have to apologize. So the name of the song is A Real Class Act, and I was responding to it was self-deprecating about using the fart machine, and I wasn't even listening to what the article was, and then the song ended up being like the stripper song, and that's not that was not the joke
that's not
intended.
the vibe.
No, that was not the vibe. But I just realized when you said start the story over again, please.
David Mitchell, a 55-year-old therapist from Gettysburg, faces serious allegations of indecent assault involving 3 children. The incidents purportedly occurred at Mitchell's home and during a session at his office on Carlisle Street. According to the charges, 2 of the assaults took place during playdates at Mitchell's residence, where he allegedly touched 2 girls inappropriately. Another assault reportedly occurred within the confines of a professional therapy session, where Mitchell was accused of similarly assaulting a 3rd child where she was engaged in play. So he will be charged with 3 misdemeanor counts of indecent assault.
Misdemeanor.
Why misdemeanor?
I can't
They should
stand
castrate
it.
that dude.
On a person less than 13 years of age, 3 counts of assaulting a person without consent, and 3 counts of corruption of minors. His hearing is scheduled for April 23rd.
Why is that a misdemeanor?
Yeah, and misdemeanor, so he's not in jail. This was probably like $5 unsecured bail. And then there he is.
You know, if he did go to jail, he'd have a rough time.
Yeah, they don't like that.
And rightfully so, I say.
So a nanny that was hired in Adams County allegedly stole money. Somebody hired Justice Manbeck, 29 of East Berlin.
Just her name.
The person who hired this woman reported to the state police at Gettysburg in August of 2023. Checks that they paid were altered and forged. Photocopies of the checks were provided. Allegedly, Manbeck submitted multiple checks each time she was paid. She was not confronted by the victim after they found out about the forged checks, but they did stop requesting her services. In total, $6,151 was allegedly stolen. They spoke with Manbeck over the phone, state troopers did, in May of 2024 after they tried numerous times to talk to her but were unsuccessful. She tried to blame it on the cleaners and then...
Blame it on the alcohol.
And then they asked her multiple questions. She kept saying she didn't know, she didn't have the documents, and then she blamed having quote-unquote pregnancy brain after she struggled to answer even more questions. So she has been charged with 7 felony counts of forgery.
So she gets felonies and that asshole gets misdemeanors?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The justice system, man, just doesn't make sense.
7 counts of access device fraud and a felony count of theft. They were all filed on Monday. She is out on unsecured bail, set at $10,000. Preliminary hearing for February 12th. So lots of good news.
Well, I gotta say that I remember when my friends, I won't say their names, were having their first baby, and my friend's wife, who was very funny, right, and was very good with sarcasm, completely lost her sense of humor, and we couldn't believe it. Like she just couldn't. She didn't pick up our sarcasm anymore when she was pregnant.
Yeah,
didn't pick up her sarcasm anymore. She couldn't. She would try to, she'd be like, there'd be a moment and she'd be like, I know there's a joke here somewhere. And she would try really hard to get one in and she'd stumble over it and everything. And we were just like, what has happened to you? Right? We couldn't believe it. And she would say it's pregnant brain. But one thing she never did was steal or forge or anything like that.
But she probably did do girl math.
Well, I mean, before and after, but still, like, she never did anything like that. And so I'm going to say bullshit on the pregnant brain excuse. I do not buy it one bit.
People underestimate how much hormones affects literally everything about you.
Oh, absolutely. No, I was just having this conversation today, actually, and it's true, but doesn't make you do bad things.
It doesn't make you forge checks.
Makes you do crazy things. Would you like to hear from a disgruntled listener? Disgruntled listener, you're on the air.
And so, Colby, I really appreciate everything you've done. It's been great that you've been here. We'll miss you. We love you. Take care. Oh, wait, I've still been talking since last week whenever I got hung up on. And so I just wanted to finish that thought.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That was great.
And, and now he's getting ready to hang up on me again, probably.
That's
but
so funny.
Oh, God.
Hey,
I thought you thought you were leaving a voicemail.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Lordy.
Well, I was going to leave a voicemail on the other phone number that somebody that Genius put into the chat. I was going to leave a voicemail on that phone number, but I decided not to. So.
Oh, thank you for the tip off. Let's just.
But hey, you guys, I just wanted to chime in. You did forget one important news story from the week.
What's that?
On Saturday, April 15th, patrons at a local restaurant were sickened by a foul odor that was not identified immediately. After investigating, they realized it was coming from a bald man sitting at a table with four other people. Oh, yeah, February 15th. From a bald man sitting with four other patrons and a person which tried to blame it on the lobster. So
you should have been like a bald man and an extremely handsome man and his beautiful wife and the bald man's beautiful girlfriend. You should have
really played up everybody else.
Played up everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That was good, Eric.
Yeah,
that was a good
I
call.
could have done that.
You could have, but you didn't. That was a good call, though, and I thank you kindly for the wonder of it all, the wonder of the call.
I thought I was earlier. I thought I was supposed to change my name to something else. I thought you were putting an alias on me because or you just wanted to forget that you had dinner with us.
No, because we went to the same place with Ken and his wife or his girlfriend like a week before, or not. It was a week before. It was Sunday brunch.
But it was brunch,
and so for some reason, just because it was in the same setting, I had the same. You know,
which the Carriage House Inn does have.
Wow.
Did you just hang up on him again?
I was actually going to say that they have a very good brunch.
They do.
Yeah. They do have a very good brunch.
Pregnant brain? Is that what that was?
I sure hope not.
Wait! Is that the breaking news story of the day?
Yes, it is.
Like, why didn't you lead with that news? That was what you should have led with. Holy cow!
That's the one we're working up to. You got to get up to the big news.
And now,
no.
No.
I like her face. She's like, I sure hope not.
I do not want to be forever linked to you, sir.
That is not at all what I meant.
Yes, it is.
It is. We saw it.
We saw it. We saw it in your eyes.
She said, I'm looking for the exit, and that would really tie me up.
Yeah.
You're all terrible. You remember how I said,
yes.
How do you know, like, when somebody's being a shitty person when they're not doing something shitty?
Eric just did it. He demonstrated it.
You could say shitty things.
Who said something shitty?
You're all telling me that I am getting ready to leave, and I can't be
nobody's.
tied down
It's
to
a
you.
joke at my expense, darling. It's not at your expense.
You'd be the smart one.
Yes.
In that scenario.
No.
Well, we didn't.
It's because
we're not saying we think you're going to leave. Yeah. We're not saying that we think you're going to leave. We're wondering why you're staying. That's what we're wondering.
I got you.
We're wondering why you haven't left already. Eric, you're on a roll tonight. This is great. Eric.
I gotta get some zingers once in a while.
I know. I think I know who's in the running for Listener of the Year this year.
Dan Butterfield.
I'll never be Grant. I'll never be Grant in your eyes, but I'll do my best.
Well, I don't know.
It's because you don't end your O's and R's,
Yeah.
But if you started.
Well, neither does 6 Questions or Estella.
What?
And their O's and R's.
Nor.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Big balls.
All right. So.
All right.
Anything else, Eric, before we let you go?
Nope. I'm good. Take care, everybody.
All right. You too, Eric. Thank you.
Bye.
That was the great Eric
bye.
Houston.
Toodles.
All right. Very good.
His young team of whiz kids led by Big Balls.
All right, what else you got, girls?
Where's that from?
Piers Morgan.
That's the handle name for one of Elon Musk's Doge. Yeah,
Elon Musk is
Doge guys.
Yeah, he calls himself Big Balls, and so
Apparently-
like, I was watching a Piers Morgan thing.
Every news station was saying it.
I know,
which is
it was
funny.
so funny, and then so I was like, "There's something funny about British Piers Morgan saying it," so I'm like, "I got to pull that."
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you know what's funny is that kid, whoever that is probably dying
Yeah.
every time
Big
they
balls.
mention him on TV.
Yeah.
Big balls. Well, let's talk about big balls then.
It's going downhill real fast.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
go
is.
ahead, girls.
Upper Adams, which is Biglerville.
Right.
The Upper
The
Adams
northern
School
part of the
District,
county.
Yeah, approves. Shut up. Approves book limitation policies. They split the school board split on stop on the vote approving a controversial library policy on Tuesday. My phone is
You got
popping
pregnant.
up.
Everybody's got pregnant brain tonight.
The policy will go into effect in the next school year. It was a vote of 6-3 for the whole thing. However, what makes it so interesting is that they've been going back and forth about this entire book policy for about a year now. And the public of the school district was very much against it. Like they would come to the meetings and they would
Against
say,
the books that were
against the policy.
No, against the
policy.
policy of banning the books. They're going to not call it a book ban, but essentially it is.
Now, this is just a regular old public library. It's not a school library.
It's the school library.
Oh, it's the school
Okay.
library.
And what?
Okay.
And
what's
in
the
what
grade?
books?
It looks like it's the middle school.
And what
but
are the
it's whole-
books?
Like, is it talking about?
It doesn't give us any specific titles. The policy, which goes into effect at the start of the 25-26 school year, institutes a parental opt-in procedure for materials that contain excessive profanity, matters of public concern, sexual conduct, and sexually explicit content.
I think it sounds fair.
Any such
yes and no, because of the fact that, if you need your parents' permission, it's just so it becomes an issue for the kids. But so I will say, I think that rather than going the route of these book bans, it should be more of a let's review the policy for age groups, which books should be available. And the reason I say that is because there are, what is that site where you can look up books or movies and you can see what they rate them for what age group? Because
Rotten Tomatoes?
No.
Google?
No, I know what
it's
you're
a
talking about, but I
parent-run one.
forget
It's
what
like
it is.
Common something, or
You can see what it was rated as.
you can see what they rate it for what age groups and what makes sense, and it will tell you why, and they explain this is why we think it should be for this age
And
group
sometimes
above.
it's just based off reading level.
Right,
but
right.
sometimes,
it's
most
based
of the
off
time,
content.
I'm going to do a really bad job at this because I'm blanking on all of the names of what I could give as an example. But I remember specifically when my kids were in like 7th grade, 8th grade, and there were books by this one author who was extremely popular at the time. And there was a movie coming out with one of his books. I can't even think of it, but they were kind of inappropriate.
Oh, what's that
50
guy's
Shades of
name?
Grey?
No. Oh yeah, for 7th graders, that was definitely a
Well, why not?
hot topic. It was it was right there.
I think I know I know it's not
Is
Ray
it The Fault
Bradbury,
in Their
but
Stars? Was it that whole
Yes,
thing?
The Fault in Her Stars.
John Green, I think.
John Green.
John Green,
So,
that's right.
And not that his books are not good, but there are a lot of things in those books that should really be more for like high school age, as opposed to 7th graders who, a 6th grader seems like a baby. So a 7th grader, I don't know. So I just think that is how they should review it, as opposed to being like, we're just going to take these off to the side and you have to get your parents' permission if you want to read them.
The current policy is that parents must inform the librarian that they wish to be notified if their child attempts to check out any materials that the parents have deemed inappropriate.
So the kids don't have to ask permission. The parents there's like a...
They
like
have to be notified if
Yeah.
they want to be under the revised policy. Materials considered objectionable by the district will be removed from the library except for those materials that have been granted a written exemption. Such materials would be kept off the shelves so as to not be available to students who happen to be in the library.
I just think that honestly, this is like everything else where
How
people
dare
take
you!
things to the absolute extreme.
Yeah.
And so as opposed to there was a book that one of my kids' teachers put in the curriculum that she brought it home, and I was just shocked that this was
a book,
let alone a book that they're giving her and saying you have to read this. So it's
Penthouse Letters. What was it? You remember the name of it?
Again, I'm doing a horrible job with this, but
Why would you want to be a cheerleader,
I'm just
Steve
saying
Martin?
that I don't think that it should have gone to that extreme. Why do something controversial like that when you know you're just going to get pushed back?
Well,
Just do things that they can learn from another way.
They had the meetings, the public came, they expressed their displeasure with the new policy. And what a lot of people are now upset about is that after all of that, the public told you that they wanted you to go a certain way. You voted the other way. You just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah, it is weird that a school board doesn't have to listen
to the
public, like the
yeah.
parents that are coming to the meetings, like like the ones that care enough to show up to the meetings to make their point. The school board doesn't have to listen to them. That's very strange.
I'm going to be homeschooled and leave all the pain and suffering of public school behind me.
I'm going home.
Homeschooled.
I'm going homeschool.
Yeah. If you've ever attended a
School board meeting. I've seen them on
really
TV.
nasty.
They
know
are
why.
fun to watch on YouTube.
But really,
I
it's
watch them
all
all
the
the
people
time. I do
that you vote into those positions because their political beliefs are what drives their decisions, regardless of what the parents have to say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well.
Or irregardless.
Can't read math, no he can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody.
All right.
So,
What else you got?
A Michigan judge sentences Walmart shoplifters to wash cars in the parking lot.
All right.
Michigan judge is putting sponges in the hands of shoplifters, ordering them to wash cars in the parking lot when spring arrives. Judge Jeffrey Clothier, I think, hopes the unusual form
Clothier?
Perhaps.
Clothier?
Unusual form of community service discourages people from stealing from Walmart and rewards shoppers who could see higher prices or possibly lose stores if thefts continue. The car washes will be free.
Good.
Meanwhile, the buckets and sponges are all missing.
Good.
That was very good.
That was Bethany. I'm proud of you. That was good. That was fast.
Mm-hmm. And I know that we also talked about this very briefly last week, and I don't think it was Ralph. I think it was after the fact that a humpback whale briefly swallows a kayaker.
Oh, that was you say that.
Yes.
You were like Jonah.
Like Jonah. And it's all captured on
Jonah
camera.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Jonah Ryan.
While kayaking with his father,
Jonah
Dell, a humpback whale surfaced, engulfing Adrian Simankis and his yellow kayak for a few seconds before letting him go. He essentially spit him out.
Burping him out.
Despite the scare, both returned to shore uninjured.
No injuries, huh?
No injuries. And I watched the video. I don't know if anybody else saw it. Did anybody else watch it?
No, there's a video of that.
There is a video.
I did not know that.
Because the father never lost focus with his camera.
Well, you know, you got to get that viral video. Dad.
Is he yelling?
And talking to your wife after that. So,
He's just quietly
our
filming his
son got ate by a humpback whale.
And then it's literally a few seconds later, and the son, and kayak and all, comes back out, and the father's like, just stay calm.
The father's saying that to himself?
No, to his son, who just got spit back out by a
how
whale.
old is
Just
son?
stay calm.
Just stay calm.
How old is this son?
I forget, but he's not super young. He's probably in his 20s, I want to say, if I remember correctly.
Dude, could you imagine having that conversation with your wife if the whale didn't spit him back up?
So, honey, I got to tell you something. Jonah got swallowed by a whale. Yeah, I know. I've read the Bible. No. I mean, our son Jonah got swallowed by a whale. But
by a whale.
By a whale. But I got really good video.
Really good video.
I think it's going to go viral. So remember that YouTube channel you wanted to start? I think we have our first video.
There's something that maybe Grant...
Real quick before we move on from that. This is the part of the story that no one's talking about. A person got swallowed by a whale. What does that feel like?
Yeah. What have they
And
asked
there
him?
was no
Also, what does it
description.
smell like?
I was like
gotta
wondering.
stink.
They didn't
Talk about
interview
rotten
the son.
fish.
Whale tongue?
They didn't interview the son. They didn't.
I feel like
The taste buds must be the size of like prairie dogs.
I feel like it's got to feel like Ace Ventura when he's coming out of the back of that rhino.
Yeah, and they didn't interview him, so we know none of that.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, so many. Maybe there's another article out there that we can
Take
find.
him from the rear.
So this is something that maybe Grant can shed some light on. Australia.
I do this under protest.
Australia holds its nose for its third rancid bloom of a rare corpse plant in 3 months.
A what?
A corpse?
Oh, you've never heard of the corpse
rare
plant?
bloom.
I know about this.
What is a corpse plant?
A rare bloom with a pungent odor like decaying flesh has opened in the Australian capital in the nation's third such extraordinary flowering in as many months. The corpse flower, also known by its scientific name that I'm not going to try to pronounce, bloomed for the first time in its 15 years at a local botanical garden, attracting some 20,000 admirers. It only blooms for a few days every 7 to 10 years in its natural habitat. Its rancid scent attracts pollinators such as flies. There are thought to be only 300 of the plants in the wild and fewer than 1,000, including those in cultivation.
Can you imagine?
No.
Well, I mean, I know what
sounds
decaying
horrifying.
flesh smells like. I would not want to go see the
Well,
flower.
20,000 people were curious, and they went to go
What's
see.
the flower? Let's look up what the flower looks like. Maybe it's beautiful. We don't know.
Dude,
It's
I think we're in like the Revelations.
Amorphophallus
God willing.
titanium.
Morphophallus titanium.
Amorphophallus.
Is that with a PH or an F?
PH. Always a PH.
Well, I'm not showing that on air.
Is it disgusting looking?
What? Why
Or is
not?
it a dead
What
body?
does it look like?
You gonna show it?
Here, wait. What is the? Let me see.
Talk about a dirty mind, Bethany.
God, what is it? Titan arum?
No.
If you get it pulled up, Matt, I see. I'll
Yeah.
to that.
Okay, hold on, McCall. Let me. All right.
I mean,
Bethany, you really do have a dirty mind. Let me see.
What
if
are
I
you
can.
talking about?
Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on.
I know because it's not pretty.
Here's a picture of the corpse flower, ladies and gentlemen. Look, you see now. To me, I see a wizard's hat.
You're so full of shit.
With I see an upside down wizard's hat with one of those English or British or whatever they call them,
I see a
pickles.
shucked corn.
Not pickles, cucumbers.
I see a shucked corn.
Colby sees shucked corn. You know what I see? I
But
see a
no
tulip
matter
with
what
a
I
really
said,
long stamen.
No matter.
A well-endowed tulip. That's what I see. Okay?
Okay.
We got some calls here.
Of course we do.
Let's talk to Rusty. Rusty, you're on the air, sir.
You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the
Oh,
air.
that's fun.
I like what he did there.
I like how we do there.
Here, let's also talk to Lincoln, who was Sebastian last week.
You're on the air. Wait for Matt to call on you. Alderson Broderson.
What happened? What is going on?
My laugh on repeat was really epic. Yeah.
Lincoln, you are clever, man. What's up, Lincoln?
How's it going there, young fella?
Oh, pretty good.
Some good audio from that, Grant.
The hell do you want, Grant?
Did you go see the corpse flower?
Oh, I'm so proud of my work. I'm finally you mentioned that as a botanist. Thank you, Cindy, for showing my work on the show. I'm famous in Australia for this, so that's thank you, Cindy.
My pleasure.
And now you're moderately known in Gettysburg.
Yeah. Oh, Grant. Well, go ahead.
So, Cindy.
Yes.
I want to talk to the boss, so I'm talking to Cindy. How's it being cooped up with old Matt in the winter?
Yeah.
This is our second winter, and I think this one is worse than the last. But the weather is worse this year than it was last year.
That's true.
It really is.
What's his worst habit around the house?
Picking his nose, probably.
Shut up.
Picking his nose.
Honestly,
Go
no.
ahead. You could tell.
What? What am I supposed to tell?
Being sexy.
That is a bad habit.
That's not possible.
Being sexy. I don't know. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any weird
He
habits.
likes to say belch when he belches.
He does, but I think it's funny. I know everybody else is like, why do you do that?
Listen, what makes it not funny? Grant, you want to hear a story?
Easily amused.
Grant, do you want to hear a
Go
story?
ahead.
I'm at their house the other night, and there's quite a few people over there. And if you know anything about Matt, he's constantly burping, and it's constantly like the most loud, in-your-face burp, and he speaks on top of it. So it is like full throttle burp. And I've had a few drinks.
Individual.
I've had a few drinks, and I'm feeling loosey-goosey. So I burp at the table. And the whole table, the whole thing, including Matt, Mr. Burpy Pants himself, stops and looks at me like I just shit in the living room.
It's because you don't ever burp. It was more of like a shock.
Yeah.
Like we were all shocked.
It's like, Colby,
that it was coming out of you.
I was so beside. I was like, you guys are gonna look at me like that when Matt just finished belching while saying belch
He just doesn't.
5 minutes ago.
It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Oh, he's so disgusting. He's so disgusting. But Eric Houston, I have to mention, as the reigning champion of AG listeners, I think, and I can speak on behalf of Stella. We're not going to mention the other one, but
I just hate
I think Eric Houston would make a worthy champion.
You think it would make a worthy listener of the year?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, and so if the way listener of the year worked, that the current one chooses his successor, you would choose him.
Well, not that much, but no, we're not going that far. But he's good enough.
Wow, he's good enough.
Okay.
You'd pick yourself, wouldn't you?
You pick yourself for 2 years in a row?
Like a dictator, I'm just, you can't knock me off the perch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You win with 100% of the vote like Saddam Hussein.
And Bethany.
Yes, dear.
I got hairy legs.
I noticed that during Eric's call you were awfully quiet.
It probably was, yeah. Oh, are you trying to say it's
Yeah.
because I abuse him?
Are you still feeling guilty about assaulting him?
I mean, no, because I didn't assault him. If I assaulted him, then I also assaulted Debbie. And Debbie, do you feel assaulted? No.
Every day.
Wait, hold on.
You just answered.
What an abuser! Give her a chance to answer, Debbie. Do you feel assaulted?
That's
What?
the face. That's the face of a victim back there.
Yes. What did she say? Did she say, "Please God, help me"? We can go get crabs if you want after this. Yeah, we can go to Dave and James.
Listen, not everything has to be just this
I hate
negative.
crabs.
We can get you crabs if you want them.
Okay. All right. First of all, what is wrong with us tonight?
What?
Everybody goes right into the toilet with their humor.
Did you miss Grant's comment?
Grant said something about
We're just
crabs.
following our fearless leader.
Yeah. Oh, it's my fault.
0.0.
No, it is. I started it with the edible underwear.
You did.
You did.
Dybbuk schmibbick. I said more ham.
Scorpion woman.
Okay. Grant, anything else? We have to get on with the news.
Yes, I've got one joke, and I'm not going to hang up this time.
Okay.
It is an actual joke.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
I've heard that before.
Blah, 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 blah,
No,
blah, blah,
seriously,
blah.
I will joke.
Go ahead.
And lastly, if this is Colby's last show, he's a great guy. Thank you very much. He's really carried the show, and we're going to miss him.
Thank you, Grant.
That's the joke?
No, that's not the joke. No, here's the joke.
All right, go ahead. Oh,
How do you make an idiot say how?
Pardon?
Oh, it was worth a try.
Yeah, it was.
Worth a try, 'cause I thought,
It really was.
With that New Jersey education, I thought it was going to go. But
I know. But you know, that reminds me.
I mean, that joke was created in the United States.
that joke's nearly as old as Matt.
Grant Dewsback says what?
He hung up.
He hung up. There we go. No,
Oh,
he's
I'm
still there.
here.
He's still there.
He's still here.
there.
Aw, he's so cute.
I was going to give him credit for an Aussie goodbye.
Yeah.
There's a Native
Oh, and Bethany,
American
lastly,
man with a tear coming down because of you.
Bethany, I have not made you out to be a drinker or a weed addict or a hater of Greeks on my Instagram, so that's okay.
So that means you have.
I don't have Instagram, so I don't get to see any of them. The only times I see them,
Yeah, but everyone else does, and we
time-
enjoy the bizarro Bethany.
Bizarro Bethany.
I only ever see them when Matt forwards them to me.
Yeah, like I'll sometimes take a screen recording and send it over to Beth so that she can see it because she doesn't have Instagram. And sometimes when you do the really good ones, I'm like, oh, she's got to see this, so I send it over to her.
That's everyone.
I don't know about that. All right, Grant, listen, when are you coming out?
April 20th, the third week of, April 20th.
We're all going away. Remember, we're going to Florida for that wedding? Oh, guys.
Who'd want to go to Florida or be from Florida?
You're coming over Easter?
Wait, you're coming on when our Lord rose from the dead?
Oh, yes, I know how religious you are, and I thought I'd ruin it. So.
Damn it, Grant. You have no respect for other people's religions.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
I can sing high, I can sing low, I can sing high and sing low.
All right.
You didn't. Are you kidding? Red leather, yellow. Why do you do this to me?
I forgot it was that long. Okay, Grant, thank you very much for the call, okay, sir?
Yes, I've got to go to the pond to feed the ducklings. Thank you. Bye.
No, okay, bye-bye now.
Pond to feed the ducklings.
The porn to
I think
feed
that's
the duckling.
I think that's like that might be like a dropping the kids off at the pool reference.
Okay, all right. Mr.
Yes.
Scatology or whatever over there.
Did you know? Well, never mind.
Go ahead. What's next?
Nothing.
What do you got?
What else you got?
Well, the only one that was left was that a man says he was behind some of the viral googly eyes that were on public art in Oregon. He duct taped big giant googly eyes to public pieces of art.
That's funny.
It is
I want
funny.
to do that.
Yeah.
It is. In
Beth,
the city
you should
of
do
Bend,
that in the park. You should try that in the park. See what
At
happens.
all the monuments.
on sculptures around the city.
Do it on the horses.
Yeah.
I want to do it on the horse that has the one that it has the thing in the middle.
That's
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, get the bleep button ready, dude.
the one on Pleasanton
Bethany,
Avenue.
that's called a
Pleasanton Avenue. The one like right near the Pennsylvania Monument. What is that one, Mike?
With the thing in the middle, Mike. The one that's got the big old hanging down.
Shut up.
I don't know what the hell she's talking on Pleasanton Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeff Keith, the founder.
The cavalry monument?
Yes.
Oh.
Good Lord.
The founder of a Bend-based nonprofit called Guardian Group that works to combat human trafficking. He said Friday he uses duct tape to attach googly eyes to the sculptures. He said he carried out similar pranks on other Bend sculptures before, such as adorning them with hula skirts and leis. And that they serve as a respite from emotional toll of his work. He went to the city offices to offer to pay for any damages after it went viral.
I don't think he should be in trouble for that at all.
No.
I think that's hilarious.
The city office
Stop
did
it.
not make any comment, so I can't say that it didn't say whether or not he actually had to pay anything. They did reach out for comment and they didn't get a response, but I found it hilarious. There's actually a picture of one of the sculptures with these giant googly eyes.
I think
Did you see what
especially
Beauregard 77
fun.
said in the comments?
No.
There's a Native American man with a tear coming down because of you.
Okay.
And that's all the news.
I put upside down pineapple signs on people's yards.
Well, that's not the same thing.
Wait, that means
so
something.
dirty, dude.
It does mean something.
It is,
What does
isn't
it
it?
mean?
Oh, wait,
Swingers.
no,
Oh,
yeah, right. That's
that's the
the
universal
villages
sign for
down
swingers.
in the
Swingers.
villages, right? They did do that there.
Well,
Wait,
let me
what?
tell you,
Swingers.
you guys want to hear some stories, dude?
Swingers,
I used to sell insurance.
Wait,
before.
wait,
And I
Do you
was-
know what this is?
Hold it.
Are you
First
confused?
of all, what are they talking about? Secondly, who said they wanted to hear stories about swingers?
No, I was talking
No
about the
one-
villages.
The upside down pineapples.
That's swingers.
Yes.
That's like the universal sign
Yes.
for swingers.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
What? What do you
Are
mean?
you
what?
asking what? Like you don't know what
like
swingers
like
are?
you don't know what swingers are?
No,
or you
I
didn't
know
know
what
a
swingers
pineapple
are, but the upside
down.
down.
Yes.
But the upside. But what about like the wreaths at Christmas time?
Well, don't put them
Why
on
would you
upside
put
down.
a pineapple wreath on at Christmas time?
Right. What are you in
You know the
Hawaii?
old tradition of putting like fruit in a medallion pattern?
I sure
They're
don't.
probably swingers.
And maybe it. Do you hang that on your door, Bethany?
No, I don't hang anything on my door. But
Oh,
I know a lot of people that do,
Bro,
and it's a whole new world now.
the villages doesn't even put up pineapples. They go to these
They don't
parties-
need to.
They go to these parties where everybody turns their room key in. And
Key
like
parties.
all the
Where
guys
is
will
this?
turn the keys in.
Those are called key
Villages
parties.
in Florida.
It's an elder, like it's not all 65 older, but it's major. Like I would say 90% 65 older.
Put him in the cell with a
In this-
long hose on him. Put him in the cell with a long hose on him.
Why are you
Why are
whispering
you
off
whispering off
microphone?
camera? I have the camera on you right now.
Off
Bethany.
mic and off camera. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Do you have something you'd like to share with the class?
Would you like to
No.
share with the group?
Yes, but no.
My God, they're taking this stuff. Oh, it's so unnatural.
It is unnatural.
All
No,
right.
I'm joking.
What else?
That's the news.
That's the news.
Wow, that was good, girls. That was good. We had some interesting news stories there, some great moments, some great phone calls with everybody.
We laughed, we cried.
So I have something to add here. Not much, to be honest with you, but everybody's commenting about all the firings and everything at Gettysburg National Military Park. So I sent some emails with some questions. Here are the questions. Okay, let's see. How does this change things here at Gettysburg? Historic leasing program has been canceled, at least through April. Okay.
Say that again. That came out weird.
The historic leasing program, meaning renting the Bushman farm and the Slider farm, has been canceled at least through April. Okay. I said, okay. I said, is that pertaining to the Slider and Bushman farmhouses, or does that also apply to farm fields? Then I also had some other questions. Is it too soon to tell how this will affect any programming for the summer/anniversary? If it does, will the park lean on guides to do some programs during the anniversary, or is that also too soon to tell? Finally, can you tell me the positions that were eliminated? I believe, there's 5. As I understand it, I don't say because I was wrong on that. What are the 5 positions, and were they positions created from the Inflation Reduction Act, or were they created with the money from that? I appreciate your insight. Good luck. Keep up the good work. The answer was, Matt, I am not able to share that information at this time. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we know. If we know more, I'm sure the park will tell us, or we'll find out some other way. I get the sense that I get, there's more to these emails, and it's a really, we don't know yet. Is the gist of it, but as far as specific details, it seems like if you were going to rent the Bushman or the Slider farmhouse, at least until April, that is canceled. So I don't know. There was an article in the Gettysburg Times today that featured the 5 people who were fired from here. How many were maintenance people? 1 or 2?
I don't know what department some of them are
You don't want to.
Right.
I don't want you to get in trouble. So you just don't
I
answer
think
me.
they also.
I'm going to mute your microphone.
Some of
and I'm
them.
going to cover your.
some of them had multiple duties. So
Yeah. So we'll see. We don't know. It hasn't even been a week, I don't think, right? And so we don't know yet. And as information comes out, if I can share it with you and whatever, I'll share it. But that's all I know. I just wanted cold hard facts. I didn't want editorializing or anything like that. I just wanted to know, how does this affect we, the visitor? And that's the answer that I got. Thusly. Okay. Thusly. So that's what we're going to go with. Colby, it's not that funny.
It's pretty funny.
It's not that funny.
I
Otherwise,
was so upset right now because you muted me and I was going to go, unmute me really loud.
Oh, yeah, you should have done that.
You missed your chance.
I did.
So that's all. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I enjoyed the show. I had fun. I haven't laughed this hard. Thanks to Eric for that really good phone call there. That was very clever. That shows he listens from week to week. Of course, he was on the phone last week, so
he listened to
obviously
himself.
he listened to himself, and he knew that he got hung up on, but he remembered where, and that was pretty goddamn funny.
That was.
And thank you to Mike.
And
'cause
thank you
Mike
to
did very
Mike for
good.
coming on.
Yeah.
And let me see here. I think there's Michael 6 Questions Lens. Thank you for the super thanks or super chat. The super. He says, I will miss Colby.
Oh, I'll miss you too. 6 questions.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice.
I
Also,
won't.
Anytime I have 6 questions, I'll be like, man, miss Mike.
Also, there was another one there. I think it was Jeff Caravella came in and said hello. So thank you, Jeff, for that. Hello. And I feel like there's one more. Why did they make them go away? I thought they kept them there. I'm sorry, guys. I should have caught them and said something right away, but it was very, very difficult to get a word in edgewise. Okay. That's all for us today. We're going to go eat. It's actually a little early tonight. We kind of finished almost on time here. That's amazing. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
AG Today's opening theme is written and performed by Colin Southfield and the Mushroom Country Band. Bumper music is arranged and performed by Billy Webster and sometimes Kevin McLeod. AG Today is produced by Matt Cowlery, Bethany Yingling, Debbie Jones, and Cindy Compton. Engineered by Colby Sumner and maybe sometimes someone else. Guest accommodations are provided by the guests themselves. We'll need a couple thousand patrons to be able to put people up in hotels. Speaking of patrons, maybe you'd like to become one. You'll find plenty of perks over there, not to mention hundreds of episodes that will help you further your Gettysburg and Civil War education. So go to patreon.com/addressinggettysburg. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg. Thanks for listening.
Veronica had a very funny joke today.
Oh my God. Wow. He said, wow. Gettysburg, wow. Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. But it was too late. Never fight uphill, me boys. Yoo-hoo!
Try and
This
don't get it
concludes our
done.
broadcast day.
All right, now, Colby, the smart people have stayed around. All right, when is your last day?
It's hard to say because we just finished inspections, and we are. I think tomorrow we're finalizing paperwork for the house.
Right.
So it really just depends on if that happens tomorrow or next week. But it most likely, I think most likely I'll be here next week, and possibly the week after that is where it gets kind of, I don't know.
Well, what I need you to do is when you know for certain, let me know ASAP so that we can properly prepare a send-off.
Okay.
Okay.
I will. It'll be a big blast.
We'll have all of we'll do like SNL did for their 50th. We'll have all of our celebrity guests back to sing songs and do dances in tribute to you.
Will I be in here or will I be out there?
Well, it depends on who we have back there.
Maybe it'd be a good test run
for Court. Yeah, maybe we'll do that if Court's going to be around, or maybe Mike will be in.
I'm just trying to get to where the good.
I know you want to get into the big room with the big boys.
I just want that air conditioning.
I won't be here next week.
What air conditioning? It's hot as balls in here.
I feel like it's hotter in here, but I could be wrong. I'm not in.
No, do you have the door open?
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
She's not going to be here. You should have him in here.
You should, use him as the co-host.
Oh, that's
'Cause
right.
I won't be here next week.
That will be a mess of a show.
Big
but it will be fun.
Right. Well, sometimes you just have
Big
to,
balls.
shut up a little.
Now you go off air and then your gloves come off.
Wow, look at you.
I like this, Cindy.
Gloves are off from him.
Get fired up, dude. I like that.
Yeah.
Gloves are off from him. He insults the way that we used to do our headlines.
All right.
Look at
Says whatever he
make that
wants.
face again.
Yeah. So
He's made
that's
fun of me
fine. You're
a
leaving,
million
whatever.
times today.
But it's all out of love, Bethany. It is all out of love. You know, I wouldn't make fun of you if I didn't like you.
Lies. Wow, my hair looks
see,
red.
that's
Look
true.
at how red my hair looks.
I hurt you because I love you.
Yeah, I
is
mean
what
that's
he's saying.
I was raised in a '50s household. You know.
All right, so that's the thing that you'll let us know next week. I'll make sure Quarter Mike are here, or Mike or Cindy. We have people to run the back. So you can sit in Debbie's chair next week. Colby will be co-hosting the show. He's what?
Bethany's chair.
Yeah, he'll be in Bethany's chair. He will finally
Don't
realize
use my
his
mug.
dream. Don't drink out of her mug. Don't spit in her mug. Don't spit your cud in her mug.
You canker blossom. That's what it
Canker
says
blossom.
right here.
That's a good one.
That's pretty good.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody.